All right, Nick, Tandy, Earl, Bamber, glad to have you bastards back in IMSA. First thing I want to know, you guys went from Porsche GT cars, kicking butt, winning races. Then you got the call up to do WEC and the LMP1, rocket ships, and now you're back in GT cars. What did you guys do wrong to get demoted?
Promoted. We're back at Daytona, so what can be better than that?
All kidding aside, what's it like with that kind of GT's awesome, P1 car, the 918 Hybrid, amazing, back to this? Is this something you guys can still enjoy after experiencing the pinnacle of sports cars?
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome to be back because LMP1, it's great, the technology's cool, the cars are quick, but you never race anybody, you never see anybody, you just race yourself in a pit board. And here in GTLM, you're always fighting people, there's always a great battle, everyone's so close, and can't wait to go back and actually pass some people.
So Nick, we saw you do some pretty amazing things in Europe back in the WEC series. Tell me about this IMSA series you're coming back to. I mean, here, this entry list is almost like RACER champions times 10. I mean, this is a pretty amazing field you guys are coming back into.
Well, you tell me. I mean, we've been away for 12 months, so...
But you can read an entry list. You know who's here.
I mean, it's always strong. There's loads of people who always come to Daytona and want to win the Rolex, so, you know, it's good that there's a high-quality P-class. It's great, obviously, because it draws interest from other sort of areas of the sport that you know, that we don't draw from our GT side. But from our point of view, from GTLM, it's you know, it's more or less status quo, and we're kind of fighting the same fights and the same people that we have done the last 4 years. So it's a nice bit of kind of similarity, but with a little bit of extra stuff going on elsewhere. And stuff that I'm interested in too. So, you know, there's cool cars all over the place.
Earl, tell me a little bit about this GTLM class you're coming back to. I know that the last time you guys were here and fully invested, it was more or less same people, same teams and whatnot, but the Fords have a couple of years experience, they're ramped up. Ferrari's highly developed, BMW's got something brand new. I've heard these Porsches aren't so bad as well, but this has to be something where you wake up every morning going, man, this is pretty awesome. These are some real people we have to beat.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got a factory program here, and I think it's one of the only categories in the world at the moment where every entry is a manufacturer entry, and every car's a full pro car lineup, sourcing the best drivers that they can. I mean, it's not an issue of budget to put good guys in the cars, so I think if you want tough competition in the hardest place in the race of the world, I think it's really here. And then also the fact that we get to drive these pretty cool cars on the tracks that we do in the US. You know, the US tracks also really make the championship where we go around the country, because you know, if you go to a big car park somewhere, it's not so fun to drive these things, but when you get to go to a place like Road America or Atlanta or something like that, that makes it special, gets the blood pumping.
So Nick, you've just spent a couple of years with a V4 turbo, a little bit muffled, not super loud. You guys are now driving the best sounding sports car, period, here. Can you feel that inside? Can you hear it? Do you smile at all?
Honestly, no. I mean, Earl will probably tell you the same, like inside, outside.
He has a soul, he'll say yes, but go ahead.
But inside the 919, it's absolutely deafening. And it's different sound on the outside, obviously, because of what's coming out of the exhaust. But, you know, by the time you've plugged your earplugs in and put your helmet over the top and all sorts, then you're protecting your ears from everything else. Obviously, when you sit on the pit wall and watch the cars here roll into turn one, you know, that's when you appreciate the sound of cars, or sit by the Porsche curves at Le Mans. It's obviously good that we can, everything on the 911 is performance orientated, but I'm sure somebody in Visac turned around and said, well, this is going to sound awesome, so yeah, we'll go with this as well.
How about you, Earl? Again, we always know where the 911 RSRs are because they stand out from everything. Is that something you can appreciate from inside the car? Just tell me yes. Disagree with him, please.
I mean, I did Atlanta at the end of last year, and it ripped my ears apart in the car, so I actually put earmuffs in my helmet so then I don't hear it so much. But it's an awesome sounding car. It's quite nice not to have the massive vibrations of the V4 like we had in the LMP1, because if you've ever driven a reed valve go-kart with 20,000 RPM, it's a little bit like that, driving the LMP1 car with the vibration. So it's nice to come back, but obviously we don't have the same screaming as the 911. So the 911 is definitely the best sounding car. It's nice to sit in the pit lane and piss off all the mechanics and just rev it while we wait there for the session to go green for sure.
Nice. All right, I'm glad he's back. I don't know about this guy. It might take me a little while to warm up to him. Anyways, welcome back to North America, you guys.
Thank you.